I'm starting my arguments in 3, 2, 1. I'm standing here as the first speaker of proposition team supporting the motion today. This house would prioritize preserving cultural tradition even at the cost of slowing social progress. We are debating a concrete policy in practice of Aruna, home to the indigenous Kairan community, and they have a system called Rumah Adat system that has been around for centuries. Let me define clearly about prioritizing and slowing. Prioritize mean legally and financially protecting the Rumah Adat system when it conflicts with certain social reforms. Social slowing progress means accepting a slower pace of four specific reforms: individual land rights, youth autonomy without elder approval, gender neutral inheritance, and rapid mainstream education and urban job integration. We are not stopping progress. We are only slowing it by years. First, I will explain the status quo in Aruna today, and then I will present two substantive arguments explaining why we must prioritize tradition and how our policy works. The first argument: cultural integrity as the foundation of well being. Why we must prioritize a tradition? The Rumah Adat system isn't a museum piece, it is a living infrastructure of Kairan society, economic, social, and psychological. Collective land ownership prevents land grabs. It ensures every clan member has access to farmland, water, and forest resources. No one is left homeless or landless. The elder councils make decisions through deliberation and consensus, not dictatorship. It balances youth aspiration with community stability. The mandatory apprenticeship transmits language, framing, forming in ritual, weaving, and dispute resolution. These aren't relics. They are practical skills with real economic and social wealth. So if we prioritize fast individual land right and immediate youth mobility, we will see what has happened to indigenous people worldwide. Among the Maori in New Zealand, individual land titles led to loss of over 90% of communal land within a century. In Canada, forced individuation of First Nation reserve created poverty, family breakdown, and cultural trauma. The Kaira are no different. They destroy the system and you destroy the people. Their mental health, social cohesion, and intergenerational identity will collapse. That's why we must prioritize tradition, because culture is the foundation of well-being. Without it, progress becomes a hollow destructive force. And how it policy works. The first one is legal protection for collective land. National law stating that ancestral land under Rumah Adat can be sold individually. Leasing private use is allowed, but ownership remains with the clan. Government provides legal aid to defend this in the court. And second one, recognition of elder council authority. Any major decision about land use, youth departure, and cultural ceremonies must go through the council. The government will not enforce individual inheritance or youth departure. Without council approval, if youth live without permission, they lose access to state-funded urban job programs, but not punished criminally. Third one, state funding for the apprenticeship. 1 year cultural apprenticeship receive a government stipend so families don't lose income. Completion is required before assessing state scholarship, student loans, or urban job placement services. That gives the traditional real date about without banning the private departure. So the motion asks us to accept a cost-slowing social progress, but compare losing our land, language, and community is permanent and irreversible. Individual land title is temporary and minor. So yeah, we preserve something irreversible. My second argument, the apprenticeship as a gain, not a loss. Why the mandatory apprenticeship is actually beneficial? Many people see the 1 year apprenticeship as a delay to urban success. That's a mistake because let me show why it's a net gain for Kairan youth. What happened when a Kairan youth live at Aden without apprenticeship? They arrive in the city with no negotiation skills, no knowledge of mainstream system, and no community network. They are easy prey for exploitation, low wages, unsafe housing, and high dropout rates. Many return broken, having failed in both worlds. So, what does the apprenticeship give them? The first one is language and oral history, cognitive and cultural assets that build confidence and identity. Second one, farming rituals and ecological knowledge, not superstition, but sustainable agriculture, increasingly valued in green economy. So the third one is weaving, a marketable skill that can generate the income. And the last one is traditional dispute resolution, training in negotiation, mediation, and leadership directly applicable to modern workplaces. The evidence is a comparable indigenous group in Taiwan and Philippines that shows those who complete cattle grounding before urban migration earn 20 until 30% more over their lifetime than those who live immediately, and also have a lower rates of depression, addiction, and family breakdown. And so the cost of preserving is 1 year delay, not decades or centuries. The benefit is a lifetime of higher earnings, better mental health, and stronger cultural identity. How it works. The first one is gateway to state benefits. It's to qualify an any national government scholarship, student loan, subsidized housing, or urban job placement program. A Chiron youth must first complete the 1 year apprenticeship with certification from other council. And the credit equivalency, this is the second one. The National Education Ministry will grant formal credit for apprenticeship modules. Example, traditional dispute resolution has credit for law or mediation resource or courses. And then weaving and design has credit for art or textile programs. And farming rituals and ecology is credit for agricultural and environmental science. And how he works, the third reason is flexible time. Apprenticeship doesn't have to be at age 18. It can be done at 16 or until 20 with support for those who need to work part-time. The elder can grant exception for medical emergency. So yes, we prioritize tradition not because we hate the progress, but because real progress needs a cultural foundation, slow but strong. So we are not regret or deny the progress, but we are slowing down but not stopping it. So yes, thank you. We propose the motion.